election was yesterday, today's a holiday, and here is a rally victory party. They all got on their green shirts.
Right.
Keep moving.
Yep.
Kate Lewis is their person.
The shirt says keep moving.
Yeah. Finally backing up so we can eventually get out of here. But this is a party atmosphere. This guy's backing up for us. The Belmont estate dates to the late 1600s. They first produced coffee and sugar, then changed to nutmeg and cocoa in the 1800s. Today it's an agritourism business. The 400 acres includes agriculture, history, and culture. There's a tropical garden, a plant nursery, a gift shop, organic farm, native animals, goat dairy, museum, cafe, and restaurant where we had lunch, where they serve local cuisine. In the cage here we have an Amazon parrot. He's got a nice cage. And over here this man is stirring up, that's cocoa out there drying.
She got hell up in about 75,000.
75,000 voted. Wow, that's great.
Been winning gold at the Chelsea Flower Show in England.
Oh really? Wow.
Yep.
Huge stands of bamboo back there. Cinnamon tree. They use the bark for cinnamon sticks.
If you notice, you can see somebody pull out some of the bark off of it already.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Spots, that's the only tree when you really need to get the cinnamon, you'll have to cut the whole tree down. Island, so there's no fishing, no baiting, nothing in the lake.
But it is a natural freshwater lake.
Natural freshwater, yeah. There is no bottom of the lake. The lake, down I think is about 15 or 20 feet down. There has just a layer of mud, but there is no bottom really.
Little pagodas in here.
Wild monkeys, or
we're at 1,910 feet above sea level.
They're getting small because they have we eat them, you know. We eat them over here. So what happens is that the wildlife organization, they have an open and closed season for them.
We got more of them. Okay, there's the waterfall. There are kids in the water. Oh, it's quite breezy. More beautiful flowers. Look at that interesting one. Here's the waterfall. I understand it's 40 feet. These two girls are having fun taking selfies.
Stay communist, but apparently Morris Bishop wanted to go back socialist instead of staying communist. Now during the revolution, when they took over, when they seized power, the Prime Minister at that time, Jerry Gary, he went to another island to hold a meeting, and that's when the guys seized power of the island. Now they wanted help. After seizing power, they wanted help and so on, and that's when Cuba offered the help to them by getting arms and ammunitions, and that's when they started working building the international airport. The Prime Minister, Gary, he had the plan for the airport, but he did not start anything on it. So when Morris Bishop found it, he decided that he's going to build the airport by help by the Cubans, giving them the assistance. So they built the international airport, but apparently part of the airport would have been used as a military base, because the runway is approximately 9,000 feet long. It's the longest runway in the Caribbean. So when Maurice Bishop returned to Grenada on the 19th of October 1983, he was placed under house arrest by the order of the Deputy Prime Minister. He was brought in an area they call Sanssouci, where he was placed under house arrest. Sorry, not the 19th, that's a couple days before that. That was somewhere around the 15th to 16th, somewhere there. On the 19th of October is when the people had a demonstration on the island here, and they went to Sanssouci and they demanded the Prime Minister's release. Maurice Bishop was removed from Sanssouci, and they said that it was bringing him to the Market Square, where he'll be holding a rally with the masses. But instead of that, he was brought to Fort George. And there he met with 6 of his other colleagues, and all the civilians was up there. A little while later, Maurice Bishop and his 6 colleagues was lined up and shot and killed. There was a lady in the company which you call Jacqueline Criff. She was pregnant, and they didn't care. They shot her as well, killing she and her baby. A lot of civilians were shot. There's those who had jumped over high walls, got broken hands and feet, trying to save their lives. One of the Deputy Prime Minister members came over the radio and said that they'll be having a 94 hours curfew on the island, and threatened the people by stating anyone found violating the curfew will be shot on sight. So the island was under total unrest. Nobody could not have gone anywhere. People who had the animals tied outside had to stay there. Some people had to hide to go to the bushes to go and see after the animals. Something for Grenada. And she held an emergency meeting with the other different Caribbean prime ministers, and held an emergency meeting and decided to have an intervention to settle the island back to democracy, but they could not have done it alone. So President Reagan was asked to give an assistance, and he took up the opportunity in doing so because it's just a short time before he had a meeting with the Prime Minister, Maurice Bishop. And then he wanted to make sure that the students that was coming in here into the medical school was brought to safety, and also the Americans who are living on the island here. Now we were hearing all kind of criticism after the intervention and so on. They arrived there on the 25th of October 1983. The revolution, the fightings lasted for about a week and a half. Right? Most of the majority of the members was captured. A few of about 19 of the American soldiers was killed. A few Grenadians and a few Cubans as well. After the island was settled, they got most of the students out as well. But when the island was settled, they made up an interim government to run the island for the time being, until they could have set a date to have free and fair election. Thanking the Americans and the different Caribbean forces for coming and liberate Grenada, setting it back to democracy. Sure. Picture. You have to import sand now. You see from here you can get it's kind of sunny though. I have to get a picture.
Yeah, yeah.
There's another cruise ship inside. Costa.
Here we are back in St. George after the end of a delightful tour around the island of Grenada.